Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have something to share with you today, and I will share it like a poetry, and it's titled "Life is a Contract." Life is a contract. How many of you believe that life is a contract? How many of you have gone into a job and you are told this job is full time? How many of you have gone into to get married and it says to death lead us part? How many of you have gone into a relationship and say, well, we have a long-term relationship? How many of you have entered the school and think that, oh, you know what, it's going to be 7 years, 10 years, and at the end of the day, what happens? It finishes. So what I'm going to say today is about life is a contract. Think about the time you were born. Your mom, your mom and dad signed a contract to take care of you. And they took care of you for quite a while. Then what happens after that? Now you're an adult. They say, okay, you take care of yourself. The contract is done. The time your mom or your dad, the time your dad went to marry your mom, he went there and he signed a contract, verbally or written, to take this woman into his home and for them to live for quite a while. And at the point of death, everybody departs, the contract is done. And then you as a son or as a child or as a daughter continues in the same legacy of contracts. Trying your best to get married, or trying your best to get a new girlfriend, or trying your best to get a job, to go to school. There was a time you were in primary school, to secondary school. And there was a time you went to the university for those who have gone to the university. There was a time you went to learn a trade. And there was a time you went into a big business. And if you check out, look at your life from A to Z, there was a time you started certain things and there was a time some things stopped. And that was it. The contract is done. Then you start a new contract. So in this life, there is a lot of contracts to sign. In this life, there are a lot of contracts to sign. But the last of all these contracts is the contract you have with God. Because of that contract, then you'll be able to sum all the contracts you have had in your life with people, with your new girlfriend, with your new boyfriend, with your children, with your market, with your business, with your school, with whatever you think you have done for the world and for yourself. There's a time all the contracts will be put into one. And God will say, my son, this is the time. Can you give me accounts of this, the contract I gave you? To love, to cherish, to become, to show love, and to make things happen for the generation, and to get things going for your children and your family and your friends. And so that is the time. That is why I will suggest, if you are to work, if you are to do anything that has to do you signing a contract, whether the contract is one you have to write or one you have to put in your brain or the one you have to think about, you make sure you are doing the best, because make sure it has a clean slate, because there will be a time it will be marked up and says, yes, he did good or he did wrong. But in life performances and in life contracts, there's always a mistake and weaknesses and strengths and troubles. But just know it in your heart that life is just a contract. Nothing is permanent. It was it Heraclitus that says you can't enter the same water at the same time and come back out of it. And also, change is the only thing that matters, that seems to be permanent. So in this contract, there is change. You change from A to Z, A to B, B to C, C to D, until the end of the contract. My brothers and sisters, just know life is a contract. Make good use of it, because there's always a time the contract will finish. Thank you.